Hello and welcome to Happy Foot, Sad Foot, your LAFC gateway drug. And of course, a group of men who never doubted this team. I'm Travis Helwig.
I'm Darren Miller.
Oh, you're muted.
Vince LaRosa is coming
You're
to us
muted.
silently.
Here's what happened. I unmuted myself, and I know what happened. Darren, you muted me just because I was rude to you ahead of time, huh? Oh, you did it. How dare
It
you.
was Travis.
Wow, what a game.
You know what wasn't
I
on
never
mute
doubted
was the
LAFC.
second half of that game specifically.
Fair.
So, look, it wasn't as easy as we wanted it to be. The Vancouver Whitecaps put up a fight. I think there was all a moment where all of us at halftime went, holy shit, we're not, this team isn't showing up the way it needs to. And luckily they showed up immediately in the second half. Steve made some changes. Dolo in, as always. And Swiffer Wetjet was right. This team is making it to the West semis. Vince, what did you see?
Two teams that for 45 minutes played not to lose. And then one team that had a head coach and, let's be fair, a bench that he was able to make massive changes, not just in personnel, but formation. I think he saw that Vancouver had expended a lot of energy in that half, just moving side to side. I mean, they did as you said, Travis, they did a good job. They tried really hard. But I think Steve was like, look, they've got nothing on the bench. Why don't I put an Atuesta, which was a ballsy move because you haven't really used him all that much as of late. And then he actually played very, very well. He controlled the game. What LAFC was missing in that first half was that ability to go like the next pass. They were just playing the simple pass every time. And Atuesta brings you that ability to play the ball quickly, to get the ball out wide quickly. It brought Denny alive. It brought Hollingshead alive. It spaced out the team better. And even though it's not what gets you the goal, because obviously it comes off of Aaron Long just heading the ball forward and then a moment of brilliance from Bogusz, I think you saw with all the corners they were defending and the way they were defending, that team was gassed. And that was the changes that LAFC made.
The energy that came in with the changes that Dolo made at the half, and people give Dolo a hard time when he makes mistakes, so we have to give him his flowers when he does the right stuff. The energy was just infinitely different than the first half, where we watched a team that sort of floated through the game the same way that they floated through the last game, in a way that made me worried that we didn't learn any lessons from the first one. And luckily some changes were made.
Travis, so sorry to interrupt you. We have a super chat, first of the night, $4.99 from William Lamb. Thank you so much. He says, good win thanks to Bogusz's goal. Yep, for the third time this 2024 competition match against Seattle Sounders this late November. Yes, thank you for setting the agenda on the live stream. Thank you, William.
Nothing like going from one team you played a million times to another team you have played a million times.
Yeah.
Well, at least both teams, we've sort of had their number for a while, right? These are two teams that we know we've won, but Seattle looks good. And Seattle, I believe, Vince, you brought this up last time. We've never beaten them in the playoffs. Is that correct?
Never beaten them in the playoffs at home.
At home. We've beaten them away? That's crazy.
Yeah, last season. Remember, we were all terrified to go there, and then Denny pulled out that stunner of a goal, and we defended for our lives.
No,
I think
Travis and I had that medical procedure, remember, to erase last season?
Oh, right, yeah, because of what happened after that. Yeah, for sure.
Novel coronavirus, COVID-19,
Yeah.
That's right. It's just brain fog.
There's still a pandemic going on. Why aren't we wearing masks?
Oh, no.
Thank you, William Lamb,
thank you
for your super chat. Yeah, I mean, let's talk about it. How we feeling about Seattle as the next team? Our boys from Lobbing Scorchers coming down to see the game, I assume.
Yeah. Keeping that bottle of champagne on ice.
Yeah, keep it on ice, boys.
Keep it. Champagne ages nicely. You can keep it for years.
I mean, look, Seattle, they handled Houston. I didn't necessarily think they would. But they have a lot of veteran savvy, and they're going to make the game very difficult in a similar way that Vancouver did. So I think what the coaching staff has to go back and do is obviously watch those Seattle games, but also look at these games and say, is there a world in which we're being a little too pragmatic? We have the most talent. Like, in this game, we have the most talent. You need to use that talent and unrestrain it. So I'll be interested to see what the starting lineup is, and then obviously just the sheer fact that it's going to be like forever from now. By the way, Bogusz was called into the Polish national team too, so that's one more player that has to travel far.
Oh, thank
Not
you
great.
so much, but no thanks.
Yeah,
No
not
thanks.
great. Not great. Whereas Seattle, I'm not sure how many guys will actually.
Maybe
send on national duty.
Chiellini shouldn't have said that thing about him being the best
I
Polish
agree.
player.
That was my reaction to that. I was like, that's so nice of you. Shut up.
Yeah, wait till after MLS Cup when we're looking to sell him.
Yeah.
He's learning. Hey, Giorgio's learning. It's very interesting to see him watching Juventus games and see him in the director's box. He's just learning. He'll get there.
Do we want to go into some very quick hit happy feet or sad feet before we get into callers?
Sure.
We have a bunch of callers waiting.
I have a happy foot. Aaron Long, I think, played a fantastic game. We're shitty to Aaron Long a lot on this show. I think Aaron Long, obviously the header was great, but Aaron Long had a great game overall.
I think his head specifically had a great game beyond just that one play.
That's
He
true.
had a few
Wait,
great
guys, I have like a whole crowd like circling.
Oh my
around
goodness.
me.
Hey,
Meetup. A meetup.
that's a meetup.
Yeah,
I
we
saw
just had a little
Modelo
meetup.
Gandalf. Who else is over there?
Hold on, let's do like a roll call.
Yeah, roll call,
roll
baby.
call.
Sorry, okay, not cold water. Rebecca.
Rebecca.
Sorry, it's very hard to do this in like try.
Oh,
to
that
look
is in
into it
Modelo
at the same time.
Gandalf.
What's up?
What up?
Get off your phone.
And nobody.
Hi.
Hello.
Mr. and Ms. Bones.
The Boneses.
The Boneses. Welcome to the Boneses.
We're keeping up with the Boneses.
I've
so
got
sorry to
six-
interrupt this.
I have 6 happy foots here now with
Okay.
me.
Right. I'm so sorry to interrupt this whole thing, but we have another super chat from Jay Gutierrez. Thank you so much. He says, can you shout out
It's an emoji that's not coming through on our end.
Dixon Mayas?
Dixon my ass. Oh,
Wait, we're doing
it's
shout
a
outs
joke.
again?
It's a joke where we say dicks in my
You guys
ass.
fell for that one. Yeah,
Oh,
you guys
dicks in my
really
ass.
walked
Shout
into
out to
that
Dicks
one.
in my ass. It's one of the things I love the most in this world.
Yeah.
One of our favorite listeners, Dicks in my ass.
Big ups to Dixon Mayas.
I enjoy some
We
like
just add
nonsense
syllables.
prank call humor.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Jay Gutierrez, for paying us
Thank you
$2
so
to say
much.
dicks in my ass. Give us some happy feet or sad
Worth
feet, Vince.
every penny.
Yeah.
Happy
Our
foot.
refrigerator is also running.
Happy foot at Tuesta. He came into the game and just
Oh,
pulled
yeah.
the strings and was absolutely brilliant. Sad foot is, I'm going to say it again. Giroud doesn't look fit. He looks like some kind of injury is hampering him. It's tough to watch him kind of lumber around the field. I just can't subscribe to this thing that he's cooked because he had such a good season with AC Milan. I don't think your legs go that fast, and he doesn't play in a way that his legs normally would. So it makes me think there's some kind of lingering injury that's keeping him from being fully fit.
That makes sense. We have one more super chat before we get into callers
But by the way,
here.
Ballsy moved to not start him. We didn't think that would be a world where that would be possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had like a 3-minute conversation trying to figure out.
I
why he
also
was
have a
there.
theory that they wanted him for PKs and they knew he couldn't do a full game. So if we need
Sure.
a man to hit a PK, we have to bring him in second half.
Yeah, great strategy.
Another super chat from Efrain Benitez, $10. Thank you so much. He says, "Can we use the super chat fund to bring the lobbing scorchers to the
No.
game in LA?"
No, it goes in our pocket.
We're not giving that
No.
money to them.
I will take that $33.27.
How dare you?
You know what? I think if we can make enough money off the super chat, then we can extend a formal invitation to them. Maybe it can be a really nice mail
But first, I
hard
need
copy
my bus
invitation.
I'll buy them a drink. How's that?
Yeah,
I will
well,
buy them a drink. I ain't
from
buying their
From the
flights.
super chat fund, it'll be drinks on us when they're here. We'll make sure their stay is very comfortable because they're going to need the comfort as they lose. Okay.
All right, let's go to the
let's go to
callers.
Thank you so much for being patient, everybody.
Are there callers calling in? Oh, I thought some of my fan club was calling in from the people that are here with me.
You can go to them. Do you want to go to them live too?
No, well, the callers have been waiting. Let's do the
Yeah,
callers
we'll do
first.
that next.
Yeah.
We'll do that next. Okay, LAFC
it doesn't
Luke.
come out as well.
Luke, you're on the air.
Luke,
Thank
just
you for
wanna,
joining
I
us.
want you to say on the air, Luke, you're not driving.
I'm not driving.
Thank you
All
so
right,
much.
thank
Go
you so
ahead.
much.
Any happy feet or
He would
sad
never
feet?
break
Yeah,
the law
I'm just
like
keeping
that.
my video off because I feel like if I do that, if I keep it on, then my signal gets all funky.
Yeah, I got
Totally,
you. Thank you for the
totally.
long-winded excuse. Luke, any happy feet or sad feet from the match?
Look, happy foot. I mean, obviously Maddie with the goal, but I just love Lewis O'Brien. I think he looks awesome out there. I was loving what he was doing on the ball, so I got to give him my happy foot. My sad foot, Timothy Tillman. Like, I can't take any more takeaway. Oh no! Oh wait, hold on. my other happy foot. Sergei Palencia. That dude had Fafa Pico in his back pocket. He was balling. I loved it. I absolutely loved it.
Yeah, especially after Fafa really hurt us so much game 2. It was nice to see. Like, we didn't even think about Fafa at all.
Nope.
That was a big shift with Dolo there, moving Kike up front instead of having him in mids and all that. But whatever. So my sad foot, Tim Tillman.
I think he watches the show. I think he listened to us, Luke, after that game.
Yeah. Tim Tillman though. Enough with the giveaways. Oh my God, that was just making me. It was killing me. Anyway.
He was gassed at the very end. I wanted Ilya on maybe 5 minutes sooner, but thankfully he was able to get Timmy off without any major errors. But yeah. It was rough towards the end.
And also, I'm so tired of watching Vancouver take long throw-ins into our box. Whatever. I'm so glad to be done with them. 12 games in 2 years. Like 1 out of every 10 games we played this last 2 years has been against them. Goodbye, Vancouver. I'm done.
There's something about it being Tristan Blackman too that is makes it even worse. Right?
I was gonna say Tristan Blackman is like the perfect. I think when a former LAFC player has frosted tips, that's like the perfect solidification of villain status.
Yeah.
I needed this. I'm glad we won. Thanks, guys.
Thanks so much for calling in, Luke, and thanks for not driving while calling. Kick him off, Darren. I'm saying goodbye.
Okay, bye.
What are we doing?
Do your job, Darren.
I'm doing other parts of the job.
Okay,
guys.
now here comes our favorite caller. We people say we hate him, but we love him. Daniel, welcome to the show. Any happy feet or sad feet, Daniel?
Sad feet. This whole damn. Hold on. Okay.
What's happening? Mike, for a second there. What happened there?
Okay, whatever. Sad feet this entire week. But that being said, happy foot. We have LAFC in a beautiful game. LAFC won tonight. It's a happy face on a very dark week in the world. But you know what? I'm not gonna try to spoil the party. Look, honestly, first half it didn't look very good. We were just too loose defensively. That's got to be cleaned up next round against Seattle. That is not going to fly. Happy foot. Mateusz Bogusz. Mateusz Bogusz was quality tonight. That was a sick-ass goal. Look, I don't know how good he is in comparison to a lot of European talent, but he has the potential to be a regular mainstay on that stage in the far-off future. He's definitely going to, someone's definitely going to shove up some money on the table this upcoming transfer window. So there's that. Other than that, Sergei Palencia, like the previous caller said, Fafa was owned tonight. So I'm glad to be done with Vancouver for now, the most overrated city in Canada and possibly the Western world.
Thanp you so much for saying that.
That's a hot take.
Yes, wow. It's a glass shoebox. Mrs. Bones, I think you're from there. I apologize, but that's my honest opinion.
Wow.
I still love you, Mrs. Bones.
Always bring
other than having to, Vancouver gave us a surprisingly good fight, but other than having to tighten up defensively, I think we're looking okay for the next round. So I like what I saw from the second half. I like the fire I saw. So I'm feeling okay for now.
All right, great.
Well,
my arm is tired.
It was a surprisingly difficult matchup in a surprisingly difficult week. But we're happy that you're here, Daniel. We love you, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks for joining us, as always. Oh,
he just joined us back. Please welcome to the show. I think it's his first time on the show. Erik, I just need verbal confirmation from you that you're not driving.
No, I'm not. I'm parked.
Okay, thank you so much. Any happy feet or sad feet? Welcome to the show.
Thank you for joining us on the show.
Thanks for having me. A long-time listener, first-time caller, guys. Hey, a little radio humor. Happy foot. I thought our back line and our defense were good all game. I don't think there's any complaints I have on them. Kike Oliveira's first half had a ton of hustle. We didn't really make much happen, but there was that one cross where he beat like two defenders single-handedly and almost gave us a chance. And sad feet is the Tillman O'Brien midfield combination. They just have trouble passing the ball forward. It seems like a bunch of side passes and back passes. But You know,
Yeah.
as a Tuesta's biggest fan, I was super happy he came in, and the team just seems more comfortable when he's playing a good game in midfield than anybody else, I think.
Erik, my happy foot is how excited all the commenters are that you're here. You got a big fan base in the comments.
Hey, thank you, commenters, man. I'm big fans of you too. What else do I say? I'm trying to be humble here.
Yeah, I think those are two really good points, right? Like Kiki Oliveira had a lot of hustle. I don't know if it went in the crispest places today, but it was, whenever he's out there, we just feel more like ourselves. And then, yeah, the passing in the first half was pretty lateral for a lot of it, and it just felt better once those changes were made in the second half.
I found myself getting frustrated on Kiki's behalf instead of at him in this particular
match. I do too. He presses so much, and every game he's out there, he forces at least 3 or 4 turnovers because somebody has to kick the ball out of bounds because he's just right on him.
Yeah, I think you're spot on with that was like an open question with the defense too. It was like, are they going to get the job done or not? I remember turning to Travis with like 17 minutes in and being like, well, we didn't get scored on immediately, so they're doing some part of their job. And Travis got mad at me for the record. He was like, say that at 20 minutes, not 17 minutes. And I really white-knuckled it to 20 minutes from there.
Yeah, I mean, I got a lot of praise for all 3 of those guys in the back line. I thought Marlon starting was really, really interesting. I love the way he played, and he had a couple nice dribbles on some guys. I don't think he turned the ball over once that first half. So I thought that was really nice.
It's nice to see a new guy maturing with the team this late.
Yeah,
he's exciting.
He's a really, really good player. I think he's one of those guys that he kind of came open and they took a chance on him because, he didn't go to Saudi Arabia because he failed a medical or something like that. And so we picked him up for a good deal. And yeah, I love to see him, but I got a soft spot for Brazilians.
Mikey, Erik, so sorry to interrupt. We have a super chat from Mikey, $9.99. Make Erik permanent guest fund.
Whoa.
Look, that goes directly into our pockets. It's not going to Erik. So thank you.
We need the funds to be able to do that.
Hey, I support the donations on your behalf. It's all good.
Yeah. If
we'll buy him
100
one
people
drink.
Make that donation.
Oh.
We can consider it.
Well, I just found out you guys sit kind of near me, so those drinks can happen here. Some halftime
we'll
runs
send
through
the waiter
section.
over to you for sure.
Garçon, I'm thirsty.
Erik, we have other callers, but we're so happy you're here. Please keep calling in. Call in every week. We love you.
Oh, will do. I love you guys too. Thank you so much for having me.
Cheers.
Thanks for being here, Erik.
All right.
All right.
Who's next?
Next up, West Semis Dan. Welcome to the show. Any happy feet or sad feet? Verbal confirmation you're not driving, Daniel.
Not driving. Passenger.
Thank you.
Long time listener, rarely sober caller.
Fair.
So happy
I'm
foot.
particularly happy to hear you're not driving.
Couple happy feet. The Lewis O'Brien bicycle kick attempt.
Oh, great. Yeah. What a great callback. Yes, thank you.
And just winning the overall style battle, I think.
That's true. That's fair. That's a good happy foot.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the Vancouver
I feel
players
that
look
sad.
just the exact same. Like, I think you could line them all up and they'd make a pretty good police lineup because you'd be like, wait, which one was it? Who did it?
Can I make a quick analogy?
No.
I almost think Dolo did like a bullpen game. He knew what players could do what. Like, he knew Marlon couldn't play 90. Get a solid half out of him. He knows that Kike Oliveira's biggest strength is his hustle and press and work rate. Get like a solid 45 out of him. And, just putting the pieces in the right places. Ilie, not a starter anymore, still can contribute.
It's interesting to hear. Hearing out loud the phrase "Ilie not a starter anymore" feels very strange to me, as opposed to like didn't happen to start these last couple games. I don't know; those two things feel very different to me. Are we ready to say that he's not a starter anymore?
I mean, it's happened, Darren.
Give me some time.
I also like how this game was unifying. Whether you were someone who thought we can't win with Giroud on the field, or whether you were someone who thought he shouldn't start. Both of those camps can be happy.
Both happen.
We're bringing both
Whether you
sides
think
together.
we should do a 3-4-3 or a 4-3-3, you got a little bit of both tonight.
It's true.
Yeah. That's good. We needed this. We needed to bring people together.
West Semis, Dan, so happy to see you. Hope we get to see those nips next round.
Thanks for joining. We've got another caller. Let's keep rolling.
Keep rolling. Welcome to the show, Miss Bones. Welcome, Miss
what's going on?
Bones.
Hi. I
it's
just thought
like-
this would be funny.
It's like Inception. Hold on.
Whoa.
Whoa, there's
Make
Vince
this happen.
behind you. Oh, you're blurred out. You have like you have portrait mode on.
Of course.
Okay, Miss Bones wins the camera battle.
Any happy feet or sad feet from directly behind Vince LaRosa?
Well, it's pretty simple. Sad foot was the first half. Happy foot was the second half.
Very
That's a
smart.
good way to put it.
Very smart.
That's
good.
it, boys.
All right.
Okay, we don't have to do a post game. I think that pretty much sums it up.
Can you see
Yeah, I
Vince,
mean-
Mr. Bones?
Oh, hey. Inception.
I just
Happy
thought
foot
this would be
Inception.
funny. I don't know. It's kind of like Inception, right?
It is, yeah. There we go. There's Mr.
Oh,
Bones.
this is good. This
It
is
definitely
sneaky.
works better than
I want Mr.
hearing
Bones to
my
appear in
my
both
earpods,
frames.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
I wish we had a shot down where you guys are, where we could see
that
you
would be
doing
cool.
it
And
from
then we
here.
get a bird's eye view of you
That
guys.
would be better.
Look,
You know
there's
what?
not enough
They should
cameras.
Next
Just
time.
they should let us take over the press conference room.
Why don't we let all of our listeners into the backstage of LAFC? I think that's smart, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Totally.
What
We
could
run
go
this club.
wrong?
This press conference? Here
Oh
we
yeah,
go.
there we go. There's Steve.
Hey,
Okay.
I know that guy.
Look, Miss Bones, any other happy feet or sad feet?
No, that's it.
Great.
All right. Well, thanks for always calling.
Right
We
to the
love
point.
you.
You're welcome.
And give Vince a big hug for us.
Okay, here. I will. Right now.
On camera.
Yeah, here we go.
Yay!
Yay! There's Inception.
Two places. It's happening in two
Inception.
places.
Thank you, Miss
Okay,
Bones.
thank you. See you soon.
So before we get to the next caller, I do want to say there's one happy foot that we haven't said yet. There was a moment right before the second half started where the crowd got really loud, like moments before. And it just felt like this reminder to the team, like, hey, we're in a playoff game, motherfucker. We're like, you guys didn't
We're
do
still
what you
here.
needed to do the first half.
Yeah.
We're going to put in the effort. We're going to remind you that we care about this. And it seemed like it worked. So I want to say happy foot is us.
Yeah, more of that.
Also, you know what? I want to give some credit for that specifically to what doesn't work every time. Obviously, worked very well the first time it happened, but Oyeme Amor and during halftime, the DJ brought it. That seemed to help, and then 3252 did turn the volume up for sure right at the end of halftime. So that did really contribute to it.
So our next caller, obviously, it's not always easy to face your fears. And I do think it's really brave of him to be here because we all know that we've humiliated him repeatedly because he's, how do you say it, annoying. So please welcome to the show, the heel of the foot, Geoff Tock. Geoff, thank you so much for being here.
You kind of got caught up in the air on that one, huh, Travis?
Yeah, I didn't really
Started
have
talking,
anything. You're right.
Didn't really
Yep.
know where you were gonna go.
I think he didn't know how far he wanted to go. And
Yeah.
I think we're all thankful he pulled back. 'Cause I have
Annoying
a
was
feeling
where
that
I drew the line. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
speaking
Yeah,
of
that
never
was the
having
problem.
anything, Geoff, what do you got for us today?
Any happy feet or sad feet?
Again, I reject the premise of the show, and I reject being
Uh-huh.
put into this binary box. I appreciate you
Gets
guys
me every
continuing
time.
to try and put me in. Anyways, so where do you guys think that Ryan Hollingshead is going to retire to after this season?
Listen, Geoff, I want to say he had a tough first 30 minutes, I'd say, but then I think he calmed down. I think he ended up having a great game after
Yeah,
that.
he had a really bad first 30 minutes, and then he just had a bad 60 minutes after that.
No, he was much better in the second half. When they changed the
Oh,
I think he was
yeah,
good at
sure,
the end.
sure, sure. And then second question, where in the second division in Spain do you think Oliveira is going to be playing next season?
Yikes.
No, he's better than that. How dare you?
Bro, he had a rough game, Vince. Like, no joke. He was getting torched by Fafa Pico last game. He couldn't do one thing right this game. Like, he's having a rough time. He got pulled at halftime, man. Like, it's not going well for our friend Oliveira.
He had two midfielders and the rest of the team that couldn't get him the ball. He had to press the ball. He had to win the ball. And then look, he had that moment where he beat two 2 defenders. He looks for Bouanga. By the time he looks back down, Bouanga jets to a different spot, and he doesn't pick him out. Okay, that's fair. He didn't have any end product there.
Vince, hold on. So sorry to interrupt, Vince. Is Greg Berhalter near you?
It's possible. Yeah.
Can you get Greg Berhalter on camera for us?
I really don't want
Oh,
to.
let me yell at
Yeah,
Greg
he is
Berhalter.
definitely
Let me
here.
yell at
Can
Greg
you just
Berhalter,
spin
please,
around
please,
so we can see Greg
No,
Berhalter?
he's too far away. You won't be able to see him.
You piece of
But yeah.
shit. Your kid sucks. You're a bad coach. I'm so thankful you're gone,
I
Greg.
thought you were
Okay,
saying that. I thought you were saying that to me at first. I was like, "Damn, Travis."
Vince,
Just 'cause
we
I won't
hate
go
your
find
kid.
him in? Just because I won't chase him down? Jeez.
Jeff.
Yeah.
So you tried to figure out what to do and regroup after realizing that Aaron Long had a great game, and you picked Oliveira. You were saying,
Yeah, you should have picked someone else. You should have just went with Tillman. That was a pretty good choice.
Nah, I mean,
Yeah, that's
someone's got a
true.
tougher gig. Someone's got a tougher gig. Plus, all the people already did that. No, listen, Aaron Long's had like a good little spell here. You know what I mean? I think obviously it would have been better to have Arango on the team this whole time. But yeah, he's playing fine. Sure.
you think Arango?
Yeah, well, we've talked about this a lot. I think we should, if you want to talk about it more, we can, obviously. But yeah, we got rid of Arango to keep Aaron Long, and I feel like that was probably
Oh, that whole thing.
Oh, right.
Sure,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like, have you seen the season he's had?
I'm not relitigating this. We're not doing this.
We don't have to have the
It's
argument,
been
but
like-
like, I
It's
feel
not
like
really
the
an
way that
argument,
he's.
it's just
I feel like the season
you
he's
know.
had in Salt Lake has kind of settled the
Yeah,
argument.
wait.
No,
Is Arango still playing?
doesn't
Oh,
look
come
like
on.
it. And even
Come
when the
on,
team was still
yeah,
playing, he kind of wasn't playing. So I don't know.
But if you switch Arango and Aaron Long's not playing no more neither.
I tell you what, Aaron Long plays a much better center back than Chicho Arango. I would not switch that. And Aaron Long, from that finish that we saw a couple weeks back, I mean, Chicho hasn't put the ball in the back of the net in a while. Just saying.
Whoa,
That's fair,
I wonder if
that's
I wonder if
fair.
Aaron Long has more goals than him in that time period.
Ooh,
I feel
look it up,
like-
stat nerds.
Yeah, I feel
That
like
nerds.
this is we're proving kind of like how crappy the best of 3 series is. That like I'm going into my Aaron Long, Chicho Arango bag of tricks because like what the fuck else are we
Yeah.
gonna talk about with Vancouver?
When do we play again? Do we know when is the Seattle game?
It's like the
Next-
24th or 25th.
It's like right
Oh.
before Thanksgiving. Fuck, man.
Jeez.
Yep.
Yeah,
Jeff,
this,
you wanna do
this
the show?
playoff thing stinks. Say what?
You want to do the show instead of us?
I mean, I feel like I do the show instead of you guys most weeks. but
Thank
yeah,
you
I
so
can-
much for
Oh,
being
okay.
here, Jeff. You
All
piece
right.
of fucking
Yeah.
garbage.
All right.
I wish there was a way to give a super chat where we pull money from his bank account. You know, like I wish that we could
Yeah, can
steal
we do
from
a
him
reverse super chat on a viewer?
the way he steals our time and like the vibes. So we have Seattle next, where we have 2 weeks off before that. I mean, it's a soccer team.
Great
Good call.
point.
Good-
Great
good
point.
landing.
Yes, that's insightful.
Travis, you are really.
We have one more caller. Joey Wumbar, welcome to the
Welcome
show.
to the show, Joey.
Joey, you're here.
Oh,
You're at
there was
home.
the game. Sorry, I'm trying to do the Yoni Lotan thing.
Oh, that was
Yoni!
that was a good Yoni impression.
Yoni.
Yeah, like
That was
a
good.
Yoni
Welcome to the
club.
show, Yoni. Any happy feet or sad feet, Yoni?
Kobe doesn't really care about the game. Yeah, I don't know. I missed most of the game because I was doing something else during it. But I
Great.
got
Very
to-
non-specific in a way that kind of frightens me. Anything you
Wait,
want
wait, yeah, are we alibis to a crime or?
No,
Actually,
no,
I don't want that to act as an actual inquiry into.
Yeah.
no.
what
I'm a
details.
rabbi. I'm a rabbi. and
let's
I
let
led a
that leave.
Shabbat service,
What
And
do you- sorry
And,
for
uh,
the
what?
part of the game you watched. Any happy feet or sad feet?
well, I saw the Lewis O'Brien bicycle kick out of the corner of my eye, and then I got chewed out for having the phone on when I probably should have been being a little bit more holy. But the service wound down just as Matty Bogusz scored, and I was like, all right, cool. I got to see the important part of the game.
Great.
And the happy foot is I don't have to miss the next round, hopefully, although I might, depending on when it shows up. Date TBD, apparently. 23rd or 24th.
Yeah, Luke says 23rd or 24th.
Okay, 23rd, 24th.
That's what MLS website says as well, and that's also what Seattle posted about it. So
Shout out to the MLS website. Great website.
MLS.com.
MLSsoccer.com.
It's
The soccer
MLSsoccer.com.
is
MLS.com
yep,
will take
both
you to
an
the
S
website.
for soccer and then soccer spelled out.
Yeah.
yeah,
.com.
and the jet is wet. So, anyways, everybody will be
The jet is
watching
wet.
The
Miami
jet is
hopefully
wet.
lose to Atlanta tomorrow. I'm a big
Yeah.
Ooh,
everybody
that would
shout out
feel
for
good.
ATL.
Can you
Let's go,
imagine
baby.
how wet the jet would be in that scenario?
Oh, the jet would be wet.
They wet it all over the field, and Darren is really pissed off about it. By the way, nice haircut. And
Thank you so much.
I said
Thank you.
it's got a Dave Denholm haircut.
Yeah.
He's next door.
A little bit.
It makes it sound like Dave, too.
Joey, thanks so much for calling. We love you, buddy.
Yeah. See you guys.
Bye, Cubby.
Bye, Cubby.
Any other happy feet or sad feet for this game? I mean, I feel like we got it. It was a tale of two halves. Dolo made great choices.
Great changes.
The Lewis O'Brien bicycle kick feels bad that it didn't go in.
Right. You know what I want? I didn't want it to go in, but I wanted it to cause a handball because they're so surprised it happened. Like if that would have been the generated handball and the penalty, that would have won the game. That would have been awesome. But
I want to actually. That reminds me.
Instead.
That reminds me of another happy foot that we were both excited about when it happened early in the game. Palencia had a lot of traffic. He was in the box and just shot it really hard into traffic. And I feel like that's obviously not going to work every time, but then we don't do that enough.
Actually, he didn't shoot it into traffic. I think he thought to, and he wrapped his foot around it where he just yanked it, and it went away from every single body. So he had the right idea.
Actually, that happened twice. You're talking about a different time. There was one time where it did bounce around and then didn't go our way, but like I don't feel like we create those opportunities for things to kind of bounce around and bounce our way enough. Usually, I feel like it's like, hey, we'll get it to one guy, and then we'll all just kind of wait and see if that one guy can do his thing.
We try to play too finesse.
That's how they beat us last time. Was like let the ball bounce around everywhere, and then like okay, the Bogusz goal was a lucky break like that.
Yeah,
Aaron Long had a beautiful header to steal it, and then we caught a lucky break off of the ricochet from their defender, and Bogusz knew what to do with it. But it was still like we caught the break because we kind of just like went for it.
But his first touch to get by that one defender and then the finish was elite. To have everything going one direction and cut the ball back like that, I mean, what a goal. But yeah.
So sorry to interrupt, Vince. We do have a super chat from Lisa. Scrappy O'Brien makes me laugh. Yeah, I mean, that
should be his nickname.
Scrappy. He is Scrappy.
He's Scrappy.
Good old Scrappy. He's got like he's good for one mistake every game, I feel like, but for the most part, he's maybe our best passer.
It's the Murillo special.
No, not the best passer.
You don't think so?
No, that's the thing. That's what a lot of callers were referring to. Like Tillman and him are in there to be like they cover a lot of ground. They start transition.
I guess that Tuesta is a much better passer.
Yeah, once they get the ball at their feet, they can't really. They're not good passers. I mean, they can pass like side to side, but yeah, that's why you bring Tuesta in because he can actually raise your game that level. But you are right. He is good for like a bad, like a little bit of a big mistake every once in a while. But he's fast enough; he can make up for it sometimes.
David Day brings up a good point. Aren't we about to? We're buying him from his team, and word on the street is it's like $7 million. Like, there's no way.
I don't believe that is what's going to happen. If anything, I have a very good feeling it's either much lower or another year loan.
There's no way we couldn't give him a DP slot for $7 million.
No, and he plays for Nottingham Forest, who right now is actually overperforming. It is a pretty good team in the Premier League, but they're up in like the top 4. They also have a huge roster. So even if they wanted to sell him somewhere else for $7 million, I don't think a lot of teams would take him up on that offer because they know that they have to try to shed players.
Any other thing we need to get through?
We can get to. There's a couple of comments from earlier that came up that seemed like good things to touch on before we go.
Well, let's go fast because my arm is now.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Quick. Where was Kai? Do we have any thought about Kai Kamara?
I mean, it's at that time of year where little injuries kind of show up.
Yep.
And people were saying Giroud also has little injury.
Yep.
Question off the bat. Do we stick with 4-3-4-3 or 4-3-3, or does it matter?
3-3-3, 4-3.
I wouldn't be surprised to see us go back to it, especially because it's worked so well against Seattle. But you know me, I do like the 4-3-3. It's just it was crying out for Atuesta to come in there because they weren't really putting much pressure deep into our central areas. So I don't know if that's going to be the same against Seattle.
Okay, last one. Question for those who saw on TV. Did Denny have the PK? The one replay they showed at the stadium looked like a clear-cut PK.
Penalty.
Yeah, it was a PK, right?
We actually, from our angle watching it live, we were like, oh, he kind of flopped. But then we saw it on the screen, and it was like, wait, no.
I'm surprised they didn't even go to review. Like, there wasn't even a moment of
the fact that they didn't even hold it up to think about a review. Like the referee was like, "Nah, I'm good."
The ref had a couple moments like that where it just felt like
game.
he was only comfortable calling in the middle of the field, right? There were no scary fouls ever called.
I think he did not want to affect a pivotal game, and that's sometimes what you get with these referees, which I guess you can live with that, but stone cold penalty.
I also think that Denny has gotten to the point where it's a little too clear that he's trying to create the penalty. So like that just rubs you the wrong way, even when it's also clear that he got it, because it's like, oh, but you weren't trying to keep going. You were trying to trip and you got tripped. It's like, I don't know. You hesitate and then it's like, well, maybe I just won't blow the whistle at all. I kind of get it, but it should have gone to VAR.
This comment makes me laugh a lot from David Day. Best of 3, great again this year. David Day, of course, works for Major League Soccer, invented the best of 3, has been using this podcast to launder the idea that the best of 3 is a great idea. David Day, thank you so much for your hard work at Major League Soccer. Please tell them we don't like best of 3.
Right.
Yeah, it is crazy that Columbus is out. Couldn't even get a third game, but look, we had a baby's crying. That's a good sign that it's time to go.
Yeah, it's happening. It's all happening.
So we'll be back with a preview pod for Seattle probably sometime in the next month. Who the fuck knows? And we'll see with time off what to do with it. But look, that's sports, baby. I don't know who said that first, but I think it's a pretty smart thing to say.
Yeah, it was probably me.
That was sports, baby.
Thanks everybody for hanging out. We love you. happyfootsapopod.com. Please subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. We love you, and we'll talk to you sometime. Bye-bye.